Hello everybody, this is April from Alakazam Apps. We are going to go over today on how you're going to create your developer accounts. Now, the first thing that is the most important thing out of all the steps that I'm going to tell you about today is you need to create a brand new Gmail. It's very crucial that you listen to all of the steps that I'm going to explain to you. If you do not complete all of the steps as they are told to you in this video, you will be out of $99 if you do not create these steps correctly. Now, I'm going to just reiterate, you will be out of $99 if you do not follow these directions to the T. Step by step, I'm going to go through it with you so that doesn't happen. So let's get right into it. First thing is you're going to open up 3 tabs. The first tab you want to open up is Gmail. You see this tab, Gmail. It's the first thing you want to do. Second tab you want to open up is developer.apple.com. Developer.apple.com. Next tab, you want to open up developer.android.com. Very, very important. You want to just have all these tabs up. The first thing we are going to complete is creating a brand new Gmail account. You cannot have the same Gmail account if you already, it's an old Gmail account, you just want to use it. You need to create a brand new Gmail account for your app. Because you're not going to be using this. We're not going to be using this Gmail at all. This is strictly for your app. You're not going to have access to it after you finish creating the accounts because this is strictly for the developers to submit your app to the app stores. I'm just going to reiterate again, you do not want to use this Gmail except for creating your developer accounts. You never want to go back into it. Okay. Let's get started. Now, if you have an app name, great. We're going to use that for the Gmail account. If you do not have one, that's okay as well. You can still create it. It's just going to be, first 4 letters of your last name, first 3 letters of your first name, and then app at the end of it, app@gmail.com. And then you're just going to create it that way. Now, I have an app name. My app name is going to be Beautiful. Okay? My app name is Beautiful. So I'm going to put that in here. It's capital B. We'll have to first click create an account. I have to put my first and my last name. Put my first and my last name, my username. Because my app name is Beautiful, it's going to be BEAUTIFUL11 app@gmail.com. You want the password to be very simple. You can have it six letters. You definitely want to have 1 capital, 1 number at least, and a special character. It's very important because you want all the passwords to be the same. Those are also the requirements for your Apple developer account. So let's just put this password in. I'm going to let you guys see my password. Okay. And then you're just going to click OK. You want to make sure all of this information you actually write down. You want to make sure you enter all this stuff on a piece of paper. So make sure you have a piece of paper. I'm writing this information down so I do not forget. Because what's very important about this as well, you have to send this information over to support at Alakazam Apps to get your app published, and we need all of this information to give the developers to submit your app. So you want to write this information down. Everything that you create, you want to write it down so you can keep it and then send it over in the email as instructed in the last step. So we're just going to click continue. I wrote down beautiful11app@gmail.com. I'm just checking. Have the correct spelling. Perfect. Perfect. 11app@gmail.com. Lover 112 exclamation. Perfect. Click next. You don't have to put a phone number in there. You want to make sure you put your birthday. It makes you put in a birthday. After you put in birthday, you're going to put your gender, of course. Then you're just going to agree to the terms. Agree to the terms. I agree. After you finish creating your Gmail account, what's going to happen is we're just going to wait till this loads. Still loading. Perfect. Okay, I just finished creating my new Gmail account for my app. You're going to X out of here. You want to go to the settings. This is the first thing you want to do. And you want to go to click on the box settings, and then you click on the word settings. After you click on the word settings, you want to click forwarding and POP. After you click on forwarding and POP, you want to add a forwarding address. Your forwarding address is going to be mslailAmorris@gmail.com. I'm going to spell that out for you. This is the forwarding email for the publishing department. They're going to publish your app, so everything needs to be forwarding. So you're going to put in Miss Layla Morris@gmail.com. I'm going to spell this out for you one more time. M as in Mary, S as in Sam, L as in Larry, A as in Apple, I as in Ice, L as in Larry, A as in Apple, M as in Mary, O as in Omar, R as in Rabbit, R as in Rabbit, I as in Ice, and S as in Sam @gmail.com. Perfect. You're going to click next, proceed, okay, perfect. You just want to make sure it looks like that. Good to go. Go back to your home screen. You're going to need this later. You're going to click in your developer account. Developer.apple.com. This is the screen that you are going to see. You want to go to account. After you go to account, you're going to have to create a new Apple ID. You cannot use an Apple ID that you already have. You have to use a brand new one. We're creating brand new accounts for your mobile application. It's very, very important that you understand that step and understand how crucial it is. When creating your developer accounts, you will be out of the $99 if you do not follow that step and all of the steps that I'm explaining to you today. Now, you're going to put in your birthday. Then you're going to put in the email you just created. You want to make sure you understand that. Put in the email you just created. Put in the same password you created as well. You want everything to be the same. The password, everything. You want it to all be the same, just like your email. Keep it very simple. And then you want to write down your security questions because you're going to need to send this over to the developers. So I'm going to write this down while I'm doing it. Pet. I'm going to choose my pet to be Duke. My next question is going to be car. And the car that I choose is going to be a Lexus. Remember, guys, I'm writing this information down, and when you choose your questions and answers, you want to make sure the answers are the first letter capital, everything else lowercase, and one word. This is very important. Just make sure that they're one word. Your favorite sports team, I'm going to write down sport. And then my answer is going to be Sixers. First letter capital, everything else lowercase. You want to make sure you write all this information down, guys. Uncheck all of these boxes. Once you uncheck all of these boxes, you're going to click 8L. Yours is going to be different, of course, but you're going to put in whatever code you see in there. You can click continue. Now you're going to get a verification code sent to your email. Go to your email and you're going to write down this code. It's not going to let you copy and paste it. So you just have to write it down, 149448. So we'll just put that in there, 149448. Perfect. Okay. Loading. Now it's going to make you log into your app again, your Apple developer account. You want to put in the same information that you just created. That is the email I just created for my app. And then the password is going to be my same password, Lever112 exclamation. Sign in. After I sign in, I'm going to check the box where it says to confirm that I read. You don't have to scroll down. You do not have to do that. Just skip that part. And then do not choose where it says you want to receive marketing emails. So you're going to submit. After you submit, you want to click Join the Apple Developer Program. You want to click Enroll. After you click Enroll, scroll all the way to the bottom and click Start Your Enrollment. Now, it's going to make you put on this two-factor authentication. That's why you need to have a Apple device, preferably a iPhone. So once you go to your iPhone, and this is going to be on the screen as well, once you go to your iPhone, you want to go to your settings in your phone. And then you're going to click your first and last name, the first box, and then you're going to sign out of your current Apple ID. So I'm putting in my password here to sign out of my Apple ID that's connected to my cell phone. That's the first step. And then I'm going to sign in to the account that I just created. It was beautiful. 11app@gmail.com. And then I'm going to put in my password. I'm going to have to enter it again. And just look at my paper. And then you want to agree. It's still signing in. Okay, and then once it's signed in, you're going to go to passwords and security, and then you're going to turn on the two-factor authentication. It shows right now that it's off. You're going to just click the blue words where it says turn on two-factor authentication, and then click continue. And it is going to ask you to verify, so you're going to just click continue. And then it's going to ask you the security questions that you set up earlier. So mine are Duke, a capital D. My sports team is Sixers. Next. And then it's going to send a verification to your cell phone. Once the verification code comes in, it'll automatically connect on your phone. And it's loading right now. It's going to ask you for your password for your Apple ID account. And your two-factor authentication is on. Now you can skip the next part. Okay. Now you want to go to account. It'll say getting started. You want to click join the Apple developer program. Then you want to click enroll to the top right. And then you want to scroll all the way down where it says start your enrollment. Then you want to click your entity type is a individual. And then you're going to see that pop up, but you don't have to worry about that. You're going to click continue. And then your country code is 1 because you live in the United States. And then you want to put your number in there. And then you want to put your address. Now, this address is very important because anything you put in here, it has to be the same information you put when you're processing your card. So you want to put your billing address to your card, even though that's not where you might live at the moment. So it doesn't matter. All you have to do is put the correct billing address associated with your card. Now I'm telling you, if you put the wrong information in, it's not going to process. So I'm just reiterating. Put the address to your card. And if you don't know the address to your card, find out before you put it in there because you're going to have to do this all over again. So let's just get it started. Now, this address is someone's information. So you're going to put your address, the city, the state, and then you're going to go all the way to the bottom. And you're going to check the box down here after you finish putting your continue. After you put in all the information, you want to click continue, and then the next screen is going to show you all the information you just input. And then you want to click. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure your address is in the spot where it says, because it just made me do this information over again. It just made me put in the first line. The first line you see, you're going to put your address. It'll say second address or optional. It'll just say optional next to that one. You don't want to fill that one in because that's if you have a second address. Putting all the information and looking over it, making sure it was correct, you're going to check the box where it says by checking this box, I click to purchase. And then you want to click purchase. It's going to sign you out and you're going to have to sign back in. So it'll tell me to sign back in. I'm going to put my password in again, click sign in. And then you don't have to put anything for your company name. You just have to put something for your street in. And then you're going to fill out the zip code, and then you want to click debit or credit card. And then after you finish putting your debit card in, you're going to click continue. Now, I'm going to tell you how you make sure it populates as thank you for your purchase, and that's how you know you completed it complete. Now you want to go to developer.apple.com, go do the steps from the beginning, go to account, and then make sure you're logged out of the account. Now you finish paying for your Apple developer account, you're all set to go. Your payment is being processed. Now the next step that you want to do is you want to go to two-factor authentication and is enabled. You want to make sure after you finish paying for the account, it says your payment is complete and you get a confirmation number. You want to click the option where it says return to your if you didn't enable the two-factor authentication. All we have to do is turn the two-factor authentication off. so the developers can indeed go into your account. You're going to click return to previous security settings. It's going to ask you to turn it off. You want to say continue. Then it's going to make you choose a new password. So you want to make sure you write this new password down. My new password is going to be similar to my old password, but I'm writing it down so I do not forget. And you want to put on the top new password, lover. I'm going to just put lovers with the S 112 exclamation mark. LOVERS 112 exclamation mark. LOVERS 112 exclamation mark. And then I want to turn off the two-factor authentication. It says your two-factor authentication has been turned off. You are perfect, good to go. And then you want to click go to your account. You're complete with your account now. So all you want to do is you want to make sure you're signed out of your developer account. So we're going to just make sure we're logged out by going to your main screen and go into account and sign out. Perfect. You're all good to go, and it will send you an email as well. Your two-factor authentication is off. So you are good to go with that part. The next part is going to explain your